going to be careful with this one because Chad Buzemach says that it wasn't Patrick. But when I got a phone call from Scott from my gym today and he read me the email address, it was patrick@nobodylikesonions.com.
Hey, Coach Scott, and this is from Movie Scrimp at proton.me. Okay? You can see that here. This is not from Patrick at nobodylikesonions.com. So again, who's lying? Scott? Did Scott call Aaron and say, this is from Patrick at nobodylikesonions.com? Did he lie?
And they sent this big email to the owner of our gym. Honest to God, Scott goes, they said you were a sex offender.
Hello, Coach Scott. I'm writing to let you know that aaronimholte, one of the coaches at your gym and an amateur boxer, is currently in violation of many aspects of the Safe Sport Code, which is applicable to USA Boxing. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Aaron was arrested, charged, and then pled guilty to a violation of harassment restraining order in September. USA Boxing members must inform USA Boxing when they have a warrant for their arrest, are charged with crimes, or have those charges disposed in any way other than finding of not guilty. Aaron has instead pleaded guilty and currently has a 90-day stayed jail sentence. Aaron's also charged with a felony and gross misdemeanor non-consensual dissemination of intimate images. This is an ongoing case that is not reported that is now reported in the news. It is a violation of the Safe Sport Code of Conduct to be facing criminal charges. I have reported this case to USA Boxing, but I wanted to do you the courtesy to let you know that he's in violation of the code so you can distance yourself from him before USA Boxing investigates.
He goes, well, I just told him that, you're a athlete here. You're not our main coach, but you train the fighters. And I'm like, yep, that's what I say. He did say, he goes, get your fucking safe sport test done, which I do have to do.
Now, here's the thing. Aaron isn't up to date on his safe sport, whatever. So Aaron's not in violation of safe sport because he's not a member. And it sounds to me like Scott probably called Aaron and said, fuck, you will lose your license because you're out of compliance. Get your safe sport. He probably was like bitching at Aaron, like, fuck you, you're making my gym look bad. And Aaron, I mean, literally, like, Aaron spins everything to sound casual.
So Scott and I had a good laugh about it. I did get chewed out a little bit. He did say you got to get your safe sport done. But they were like, Aaron's not a coach at his gym. And I'm like, really? Not a coach? Because here's my receipt from the beginning of the year when I had to renew my membership for my non-athlete membership. There's the background screening you have to go through every single year. $87 every year to keep your coach's membership up. Sorry, guys.
Yeah? Again, because you have a USA Boxing non-athlete membership, which is what you need for insurance to be a coach, doesn't mean you're not a coach. What it means is you haven't been competing. So you registered yourself as a non-athlete. Minnesota non-athlete. Yeah? One of 1,069 emails. So this is like brand. He had just done this day. Pretty Antisocial called him out for this. This is the top of your email stack. So you went and registered on USA Boxing, and then you took a screenshot of it immediately to prove that you're a coach. That's what happened. That's what happened. It's the first email in your box. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And you can't pretend like it's a search. Because it ain't. It ain't. You were like, oh yeah, I'm not a coach. Register as coach. Put in my credit card. Register. Oh yeah, look at this email where I'm a coach. Now, again, this isn't from the gym. This doesn't mean he has a job. And again, to the contrary, I'm going to show you an email from the coach, the head coach of the gym, where he says Aaron's never been a coach here.
They're like, oh, in the email, Scott said that he's not a coach. Yeah, Scott knows what he's saying. You guys just misrepresented it. Scott means I don't have my safe sport done, so I can't corner fighters by myself at fights, which the reason I don't do that is because I fight at the fights.
Aaron was never asked to be a coach.
But it is great to watch these guys flail.
Now, I don't know who Coach Scott is. Head coach, the owner, I guess both. Scott writes back, thank you for updating me and letting me know about aaronimholte. We've been a bit busy, and I've been out of the loop on his situation. So, yes, I do appreciate the email about his status and what has happened. I hope you don't mind that I share this with all of our coaches, as they are aware of this as well. And Cindy Schumacher from St. Cloud area Golden Gloves Boxing and Minnesota USA Boxing president. Now, this goes along with what somebody said earlier today, that people are getting word around Minnesota about this email. Now, does this sound like something that, like, why would Scott troll us to make Aaron look bad? Just so you know, Aaron did at one time have access to the building when he was together with his wife, April. Are you hearing this? Aaron had access to the building when he was with his wife, April. Uh-oh. Again, if this guy files a break-in, Aaron goes to prison for 90 days or jail. Listen to this. Just so you know, Aaron at one time did have access to the building when he was together with his wife, April. After what happened, I can't remember the dates and times, I did request his key back to the building. At this time, Aaron was not registered to be a coach. At this time, Aaron has not been registered as a coach, just an athlete. Now, remember, the membership he showed said non-athlete. So this is direct contradiction, which leads us again to believe Aaron ran and renewed his non-athlete thing to pretend he was a coach. That's why it was the top email out of 1,069 emails. That's the level of delusion we're in. Here he is saying at this time, Aaron has not been registered a coach. Wait till you see what he says later. Aaron was never asked to be a coach. Just an athlete. And his time in the ring with other boxers is just him sparring with those over the age of 18, since our kids class is only on Saturdays and is coached by Logan Masty. So Aaron's never worked with kids. He's full of shit. He's full of shit. I hope this answers most of your questions. Please feel free to suggest anything more while I speak to the rest of the coaching staff, organization staff, and Cindy Lou Who. So I replied to this after I got it. Whoa, buddy. So here's what's wild. Now you can see Scott CC'd the entire coaching staff on this email. Now, if it's not a joke email, wouldn't there be a private thread going? He CC'd the entire coaching staff. Fuck.
Melton's making them feel. Melton's making them feel. Melton's making them feel. Melton's making them feel. Melton's making them feel.
So, Movie Scrimp writes back, thank you, Coach Scott. I'm relieved this is being taken seriously. Aaron has spent months minimizing this problematic behavior. The timing of when he went to the gym to fight Ethan Ralph was in August 2024, over 4 months after the relationship breakdown with April. If you had taken his keys, then he may have made copies, which he may still possess. Yesterday, he was challenging enemies over the internet to fight at your gym. He has insisted they come to Minnesota and meet him there. He insists that they are pedophiles and terrible people and that they show up to St. Cloud Boxing for a bout. You asked if there was anything additional. I have revealed the original harassment restraining order filed by Aaron's first wife and mother of his children, where he was physically abusing his wife April in 2022 by squeezing her until she couldn't breathe. So now this is going to every coach and Cindy Schumacher. I'm just trying to let you know so you can minimize fallout before the media reports further on these events. So this guy's contacting media, USA Boxing, and he's not an idiot. I mean, this is well-written, relatively well-written. He's not like a Joey C, just bumbling nonsense. Says, if you require any evidence of the above, please let me know. But he basically says here again, Aaron claims to be a coach. Aaron was never asked to be a coach. Now Scott writes back. Thank you for responding. And the key issue, those keys I had issue need permission from Central Locksmith. Is that a sponsor? To prevent extra keys from being made. I have to pay a lot more, but it's worth it. This way I know no one can make copies of the building keys. Only me. Also, Aaron was never asked to be a coach. This is important. Before he said Aaron's not a coach, this is important. Aaron was never asked to be a coach. Just asked to spar and help with those that needed more work in the ring. Oh boy. He ain't no really? I'm not a coach? Really? I'm not a coach? Yeah, really. Let's ask Cindy Schumacher. We did want him to register as a non-athlete through USA Boxing in addition to his athletic membership for insurance purposes, and that is protocol with both USA Boxing, USA Wrestling, and our policy as well. And yes, I do understand the complete complexity of the situation and just hopes everyone can work it out too. And yes, I do like everyone around to know what's going on with the situation. At least they get through all this. Life is kind of tough for everyone, but hopefully we get through all this. And again, thank you. I do appreciate what you have said. Oh God. So again, for anyone who thinks this is me sending these are the emails. This is a whole exchange. So enjoy. And the guy says, I never spoofed your email or pretended to be you because I wanted Aaron to talk to the coach and say the words "mooby scrimp." So this whole thing is an elaborate troll and genius, frankly. But there's your proof. There's the whole thread. Aaron's a complete lunatic liar. He's never been a coach. He's never been thought of as a coach. He doesn't work with kids. Everything about this guy is insane.
I'ma do my stuff.